Okay, this is going to be a little bit different. This isn't going to be part of the Voyages of Zoltar episodes. This is going to be a standalone episode to show off a good way to farm whatchamacallit, farm and farm ore and get your Caston to level up fast. So we're starting off in Calicut here. Now, the main purpose of being here is just to get food. You want to... Now, you could get food periodically if you want to go back and forth from here to our farming location. That's fine. But if you want to save every ounce of time you have, you want to get a lot of food first. So you might want to spend a few days or a while here just buying buying here vegetable curry. It's what you mainly want. And I already have 104. And this is only one left there. It does me no good, but I have enough to do about 2 runs, maybe more. Uh, the curry is better than most foods, so you might be able to get 3 or 4, even 4 runs. Probably 4 runs out of whatchamacallit, out of having over 100. So okay. Now we're going to the port. You also get faded maps. You can also farm faded maps where we're going, but we'll get into that a bit later. Okay. Now, the important things is you need at least 2 ships to do this in a safe manner. You could do this with only 1 ship, but then you have to be very careful with how full you get the hull. Okay. Now, what you want is 2 ships. Generally, you want 1 ship to have like between yeah, that's good. And whatever your second ship is, you want to have considerably more than what your base ship is. Now, at lower levels, you can go with a La Rio instead of a Turkish galley, and like a large galleon instead of a, a rank 25 Clermont. This is overkill, by the way. You do not need a Clermont to do this. This is so overkill. My clipper, I believe. 1 second. That's 745. Yeah, my clipper is almost big enough to serve the same purpose, except I would advise against using a clipper because of the 21 member capacity. You want a ship that can have just as much members as your war. Normally, I would set this to 100 crew members, but losing 10 crew members is not a big deal. The Clermont has a capacity of 90, so that's what I'm going with. But like I said, using a La Rio as your base ship and a large galleon as your crafting ship will work just fine. Now, now we want to get rid of all this food, basically all of it. We want to empty our hulls to about 6 days worth of food. Let's see. Cargo. Dump. 20 wood. That's okay to keep. That doesn't really affect your capacity all that much, and you might actually need it if you don't have your backup ship, to your crafting ship kitted out with the sea monster and stuff. Uh, let's just dump all this, do this from scratch. Uh, I think I need 100 of these. I'm not sure. 1 second. Yeah. Uh, no. No. There, that works. So, now what you want to do is, we're going to go to, Ceylon, or whatever it's, however it's pronounced. It's close enough, you don't need to use, frugality. All we need is enough food that the reason why we have so little food, because once we're here, all we need are a few days, just long enough to step on the water, to cast, to do our crafting, and then jump back into town. So we don't need much food. I gained 10,000 in the 10,000 proficiency in a few hours of the event, of 100% event. However, and however, that still means even without the bonus, you'll still be getting 5,000 proficiency in a few hours, and it costs you no ducats to do this. You don't have to spend hundreds of millions. Everything you need is on this island. The only thing they don't have is if you run out of food, you'll have to go back to Calicut here to restock. That's literally it. Really? Pirates right in front of the entrance? I'm shocked. How the hell are they not attacking me? Ooh. Well, I lucked out there. Okay. Go to the tavern, tap off our Viger. Now you're going to want to go out the gate. And I have managed to level up a high level casting. However, if you were to do this on the lower levels, uh you'll level up casting super fast. Yeah, because I'm level 11 natural right now. 11 natural. I'm getting the +2 from my job. I'm a blacksmith. And my aide has a +1. Aid info. He's giving me casting, and this is okay. So, yeah, this would be helpful here. Casting assistance makes it so it requires less vigor when crafting. So that's definitely useful. So what you're going to want to do, excuse me, is go to the pointy boulder here, pointed boulder. These NPCs that appear here are also shockingly low level, as you can see. They're only level 25, which means if you're all at East Asia, odds are they're too low level to actually cause you any issues. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, what we want to do is get as close to the landmark as possible. And collect. Now, if you have a pet with area search land, you can get whatchamacallit, a faded maps. All of these, they're not from the land sharding mission rewards. All of these I got here. There's a whopping, I'm up to 19 so far. You have to wait until it gets on a roll. It's already started out good though. Sometimes it will start giving you a bunch of common grass at the start, which is not the norm. But usually it fixes itself. The common thing, 1 second, let's look at the chart. I have this place charted, so. Okay. Supposedly you get eggs. I think they must be a procure only item. Same thing with mushrooms. Yeah, that's a normal procure. Nothing's good on procure. So, except for the logs. So you definitely want to keep it on collect. Now, these are the things you get. You get white ore and green ore. This is this is for handicraft to make crystals used in alchemy. You have red ore makes iron. Uh, Blue ore makes copper and something else, but it doesn't matter. The other thing it makes doesn't matter. All you want this for is for the copper. And yellow ore makes zinc and tin. If you have 8 casting, you go with the zinc. If you can only get to 7, then you can use it for tin. My collecting my collection skill is almost up another level too. Oh yeah, you also get carpentry tools. You get what, spice sauce I think it's called or something, which is useless. Carpentry tools is nice though. But yeah, the main thing you want from your pet is to find faded maps. Occasionally, you'll dig up a whatchamacallit, a shipwreck map too, of course, just like any other place. Now, this is going to take a while. Basically, you're going to wait until it gets here and refill it. You're going to do this probably almost 3 times before your cargo hold is full. Now you're likely going to see every single thing here, and this you're going to also periodically delete because actually, you know what we can do? We can activate that because that's the only common there, and we don't want. I think. 1 second, let me double check. Uh, Grass and prime. Yeah, grass is the only thing common here, and we don't want grass, so by all means, click that trade goods auto dumping. It only dumps the common things, so all of these you'll keep. Make sure I didn't. Okay, we're good. Now, as for faded maps, from what I can gather, you average about one faded map every 20 minutes. It might be able to get higher if you have what you would call it, a 200 a pet at 200 intimacy. This pet's a new pet I'm doing. Uh, my red panda right here. He has 200 intimacy and also has area search. But I'm trying to level a new pet. So he would probably do better. I'm just going to do one. I'm not even. I'm not going to recharge this up because there's no reason to show that in a tutorial type of video. But yeah, when any of you are doing it, you want to refill this up probably 3 times during this whole thing, during a single run. I found a faded map right there. Faded map. And I should read 20? 21. Evidently I found 2 faded maps. Oh no, no I didn't because inventory is always off. I don't know why this is. It seems to be a bug. But see, if I go to the inventory tab, it says I only have 20. But the correct amount I have is here, which is 21. I do not like having fatigue. From from what it looks like, based on the clock I have running here, it takes around 15 minutes maybe to between 15 and 20 minutes to complete this. So you'll be doing about almost 1 hour per one per run. Now, it seems like a lot, but it's not requiring any ducats. It doesn't require port hopping, and you're leveling multiple skills. Uh, with this, you'll be leveling collecting, casting, and what you call it, and management. Right there, and management. Which management's a nightmare to level. Now, the main books you want for this is Mineral Smelting Book. That has red, blue, and yellow. Oh, okay, that's the other thing it makes lead. You do not want lead. When you refine the blue ore, you want the copper. Oh, whoops. Now, the next book you want is Metal Smelting Book. This has one purpose, is to refine the iron ore created from the red ore. You want it to refine it into iron sheets, or just iron, rather. And the next book is alloy whatchamacallit. Alloy smelting book. This can make two things. Like if if you can't get to tier 8, by all means turn the yellow into tin instead and make some bronze. Or if you're into casting bronze, there's a bunch of good things you can make that requires lots of bronze. So by all means. Otherwise, convert yellow into zinc and make a brass. Damn, another faded map. Getting lucky. Now, the last thing you need. Oh, 4 skills you're leveling actually. The last thing you need is shipwright basic crafts book for handicrafts. Now you basically want two things here. You want produce lumber. This turns the logs into lumber. And down here, you want make life preserver. It's only a rank 3, but you make tons of them, so you'll gain experience, easy experience. Oh, I didn't realize this. You can also alternatively do this. I didn't realize that. Okay, correction. Do this instead. Because you're always gonna have tons of iron. Like really, tons of iron. You're gonna have between 200 and 300 iron when all's said and done. And this is a rank 5, so it's pretty decent. You aren't going to be able to make as many as you could life preservers, but it should be decent. You'll probably end up with around 100. You might be able to make 100. So yeah, that's all you need. And I guess we're done with the test. Just the sampling. Let's see what we have in the cargo. It's not bad. I've been here, yeah, almost 20 minutes. So, alternatively, if you really want to speed things up, you could use a ribbon. Of course. But it's right here. I figured it's no big deal. Yep. I have 22 faded maps now. Sweet. Gonna go here. Now, the most annoying thing about this is you're gonna have so much ore that even with the casting assistant skill on an aid, you're gonna have to come into town multiple times. It's not gonna show up in this example because I didn't do a full one, but that's Tap off here. In fact, due to my assistance, I don't think I'll have to come into town at all. And full. To port. Now, now I'm at, your hole will be full, so yeah, all this should be red. But once you're in port here, just change the ship over to whatever you're using as a casting ship. Ideally, it should be between 30% bigger to double the hull size. Cargo space, I mean. Once on the seas, Clermonts work good because Clermonts are insanely slow. Okay. First up, casting iron, copper, and zinc. We have a but in the case where you end up with more copper, which I'm telling you right now, that's rare. You usually end up with more zinc than copper. But in the case you have more copper, there is a second step you could do. You'll need another book. You'll need make extra. One second, extra metal armor or something. Yeah, making extra metal armor. You want this? You want to do this first. Then if you have then you want to do light copper plating, because after you make the copper plate, you can do that. Of course, that's if you have enough. I'm not even with how much copper I have, I should be able to make at least one. Okay. Now, this you'll probably have over 200. You'll have between 250 and 300 white ore in the full run, and that's for all your other ores. You'll have between 140 and 170 of each, most likely. And the same thing with the logs. Let's do the rest. So yeah, you'll have to come into town to go to the tavern real quick, but even with the full haul, it takes about only 10 to maybe 15 minutes to do all this. Nope, wrong one. Metal smelting. We're gonna make some copper now. How many? that enough to make it? No, it isn't enough. I need 35 or 35 coppers, if memory serves. Yeah, so that's not enough. There. You'll convert that to that. Speaking of which, we do have what the? Wait a second. Did I not convert? Wait a second. I think I have to. I still have iron ore. Yeah. What's the? You could ultimately do this too. If you have enough wood. But anyway, you are going to go to Shipwright Basics. So you might want to get wood armor in too. Make extra wood armor. And then when all's said and done, come in here. Go to the trader. You see all this money? That isn't from the bank. This is all from doing runs. A full run, you'll probably come out with 500k per run. So you don't have to worry about having to make stops at the bank. See, just this, I'm getting 152,000, and this is barely even 1/3 of a run. So yeah. And there you have it. You'll level up 4 skills doing this. You'll casting, management, handicraft, and collecting. It's as far as I can tell, this is probably the best place in the game to farm ore. Just casually farming ore. And you don't have to go hopping between ports and stuff. So there you have it.